How's it going?
Wonderful to have you checking in. As always, I feel so relieved when I see you showing up, and I know that you're all right. Wonderful. Aga, we heard you playing O'Keefe's on Instagram. That was really exciting to hear. And the ash plant is a great request. David, the honeymoon reel, I don't know it. I'll look it up, and I'll try it for next time. But if anybody has any real requests.
Any real requests.
For
Not fake requests.
A little later on. That'd be great. So we're going to start with the mist-covered mountain jig. If you are just joining us for the first time, I'm Shannon. This is Matt. Every Saturday we've been doing these sessions, trying to keep things at a very moderate pace for newer players or for people working on second instruments or maybe people just wanting a chill hour of tunes on your Saturday.
Too hot to play fast today.
Yeah.
Too hot to play fast.
So we're so happy to have each and every one of you here. And, it's especially poignant to gather us and to have this online connection now because this is the very beginning of what would have been our summer festival season where we would have gotten to connect with a lot of people in person, but that's all right. We can have these connective moments online. So here we go. Not too fast. Here's 84. That's what we're aiming for a jig.
Ooh, I was even slow.
Mist Covered Mountain. I'll type it in. Here we go. Mist Covered Mountain in A minor. There we go. Very nice. Ready, everyone? Starts E, A, A. Here we go. 2. Very fancy guitar moves there from Matt Heaton. You must be gearing up to teach a bunch of guitar.
Gotta remember where all the chords are.
Nice. Okay, we've got some requests coming in, and again, people checking in, which is always lovely. The Owl Palette Polka, well, maybe we'll have a chance to get to that later on today. I like it. And I also like the idea, I like that it's written for that owl, right? Because Jennifer had asked about that owl some time ago. And so we've written tunes for things in this room where we've spent a lot of time with you. So next up, I'm going to try to get it for this week. Do my best. That typewriter. I think next up is the typewriter reel.
Mm.
That is coming at you next. Maybe it's going to be named after the Royal typewriter. Great. I'm taking note of some of these requests. We'll do our best. So we're going to keep the hits coming. We're going to try a few reels that were requested from last time that appear on the guided session playlist. And you can find that at my website, shannonheatonmusic.com, on the instruction page. What's perspiration? It's sweat, Nigel. Perspiration. And sometimes it's like a synonym for effort.
More cookies for me.
More cookies for you. So I'll type those in, right? Maud Miller and Bells of Tipperary.
Right, so we're going to do in G and in D, and at the moment, if anyone's keeping track, I'm in standard tuning. I might play some bouzouki later. Who knows? Because it's sitting right there.
Nice.
So it's pretty easy to grab.
Okay, reels, moderate pace. Here we
Moderate
go,
reels.
63. I have my metronome plugged in today, guys.
Yeah, it works
Maybe
better
I'll
that
do
way.
a tune for the metronome as well. 1, 2, G, F, E is the first one, and then the second tune, Bells of Tipperary, D, A, 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 D. So 1, 2, Maud Miller, here we go. One more. Bells.
In D.
Hey, Mara, I love your idea of is there a beautiful version of Whiskey in the Jar? Actually, I think this song can be a really beautiful one. I've
Isn't that
never
the one that
ever.
Thin Lizzy did.
I mean, a lot of people have done it, indeed.
Famously.
I've never played it on the flute, but I think there's a really pretty way to sing it. So, speaking of, maybe, for our offertory, we can start bringing in some singing. As you do in a session, it's nice to have that. And again, as we mentioned, we are a little bit pining for all of the festivals at which we were supposed to be performing
True.
and teaching this summer. So maybe we'll do a few performance pieces for our offertory things as we go along. But maybe next week I'll think about Whiskey in the Jar, a beautiful version now. And I also like this idea of beautiful versions of tunes. So this session, of course, is supposed to be mid-tempo.
Yes.
Make it kind of a chill way for people to have a chance of playing along and really spell out the melodies beautifully, but also make it artful and beautiful at this pace. So it is a fun challenge for us, because sometimes we play a little faster than this, accustomed to playing some of these tunes quite a bit faster. So it's a good chance to try to find the real beauty in these tunes. I like that motto. I like that idea. So we're going to carry on with Apple Blossom, which is in G, but it really starts on a D chord. And then we're going to go into O'Keeffe's for Peter from last time around, the request.
Slides. We're doing slides. I love slides. I'm not going to go into my whole slide thing because.
Oops.
Whoop.
O'Keeffe's.
Original poster.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ready for some OP
Some
slides.
overpowered slides.
1, 2, ready.
Hey!
Wow, you guys are getting together for some socially distanced sessions in Ireland there. That's great. And I know in Colorado you've done that a bit. Did you see the mask demo a few weeks ago? Many of you did, of course. Lisa had made this cool mask. It looks kind of like a bandana. And you could just use a bandana, I suppose, and then fit the flute in underneath. And then our friend John Kerr down in the DC area had come up with a sock on the end. Actually, he came up with a paper towel, which was ugly. So I took a black sock, our son's black sock, just like the toe of it, put it on the end there, and that keeps condensation from coming down. Better than nothing. I mean, keep your distance. Be safe, folks. Be so safe. So we're going to carry on with the old favorite. This is a really sweet one. It's at these slower paced sessions, it's becoming one of my favorites to play at a slower pace.
Becoming one of your old favorites.
So we're going to try a jig into a slip jig. What? Slip jig in G, Little Fair Canavans. For Jennifer, you'd asked for that last time, and Hardeman the Fiddler, which is on the guided session playlist. Yes.
Little Fair Canavans is an amazing name.
It's actually normally in Irish. It's like the fair-haired,
Yeah.
like the blonde
Oh,
guys.
okay. That
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
The I always the old jig into slip jig thing is or vice versa. One of my favorite ways to mess up guitar players if you don't tell them that that's what's about to happen, and you're sort of grooving along in your 6/8 thing, and then all of a sudden it's just wrong, but it lines up once in a while.
Okay, so I'm typing these in, and then they're going to appear not quite at the same time because of the lag. So that's very funny. Here we go. Old fave. Oh yes, our metronome.
Metronome.
Metronome 84-ish. 1, 2. right. I like the Canavan Banya, Canavan Banana jokes. That's nice, Pat. Good to see that you're here, back in fine form. And wow, Apple Blossom. Maybe that isn't the name of that tune. I did call it that in First 50. Oops. But I'll check out the real version, and maybe it's just like the slide version, as you say, Maria. We'll find out. We'll do a little research there. Fine young Canavans. That's right. The fine young cannibals.
Yep. When I was years ago, we were in Clare, and I took some fiddle. I was trying to learn the fiddle, and someone's like, oh, there's a fiddle class on Tuesday nights you could join in, and the I can't remember the name of the spot, but it was like it was a building that was used during the daytime as an elementary school, and so my fiddle class was in a preschool room with tiny little chairs and lots of like big bright artwork on the walls, and pictures of things and the names in Irish, and the only one I retained was that banana in Irish is also banana. Which kind of makes sense when you think about it. But
all right, I'm going to do a bunch of requests from today.
Okay.
We're going to do George White's favorite. It ends up in G, but it starts on a C chord or E minor.
I don't know.
Starts on C. Starts on C. No, E minor. Okay. All right, you got it, Pops.
Yeah.
And then the ash plant in E minor for Agnieszka, and the Sligo Maid. I think, yes. Looking back.
To make sure that someone actually had requested it, or?
No, I was trying to see who requested it.
Who requested it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, it's back there too far. I can't go. Oh, yes, for Claire.
Hey!
So here we go. Not too
Not
fast.
too fast.
Let's 66.
Ooh. Ooh.
1, 2, here we go with George Wright.
Sligo made a fish
Minor.
minor.
Put in a couple of variations there, like John Carty does when he plays that tune, the Sligo Maid, down in E minor. He plays.
Oh yeah.
It's very lovely.
And the what's that?
So, yeah, wow, nice. Today, those were 3 requests that came in today, and they worked really nicely together. It isn't always that all the tunes work so beautifully together. That was a
The
good
request on this session.
that was a good one.
We're very simpatico with the requests.
Well, we are indeed. We are indeed. But the Ash Plant, if you don't already know it, I just put it up as a Tune of the Month lesson, so I break it down phrase by phrase for you to learn. And in the beginning, I do it with my good friend Kieran Jordan. She's dancing in her living room, filled with paintings by her husband Vincent Crotty, who did these 2 paintings. So it really looks like we're almost in the same space. Yes, and then John Carty, of course. We heard a little bit of him on the podcast that I published last week on instruments which are real fringy elements in Irish trad, at least, in big bands and in sessions. You don't always hear the saxophone, for sure, or the cello or the harp. No, I mean, a lot of people play them, but just not always at sessions and in bands as much as you hear the flutes and the fiddles. And then also the banjo. The tenor banjo used to be a real fringe element, but not anymore. So Enda Scahill and Dan Neely and Martin Howley all talk about the banjo on that. That was a lovely program to put together. So we're going to carry on with some barn dances. We had a barn dance party last week, of course, with My Lovely Barn Dance. We're going to set My Lovely Barn Dance aside for 1 week or 2.
Turn it loose.
And then we'll bring it back, of course. It'll come prancing back when we least expect it. But Pat, you'd sent in a request for Bill Maley's Barn Dance, a lovely tune. And Mad Week, at which we will be teaching this coming week. I know Diana and Jennifer, some of you will see you there. Very excited about that. But for the kids' Mad Week, they've been learning Lucy Farr's Barn Dance. So we'll try that in A. A little ambitious for flute players, but it's a simple tune. So I think it'll be manageable. And then we'll go back to G for If There Were No Women in the World. So again, 2 requests. And here we go. Yes. Saul, I gotta say, pretty much anything that John Carty touches is my favorite. He's fantastic. And Angelina Carberry, those are 2 of my faves of all time. And Pauline Keneally, he's a great player. A lot of good players. I'm typing in.
We're typing. It's time to type.
Bill Maley's. Yeah, in G, right.
I'm mad excited too.
Are you?
I am mad excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So.
What's going on,
What
Nigel?
happened
You want to
then?
give us an update? Nigel's reading the last of the Wimpy Kids books. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. That looks really gross.
Yeah.
Okay, here
All
we
right.
go.
All right. So GAG gag. Okay.
Okay. Wow, we've got so many E minor requests today. It's so exciting. I'm going to try Palmer's Gate there for you, Willie and Saul. And I'm going to try, what was the other one? Jaylin wanted to hear that tune that I play as a 3-parter, the E minor tune.
Oh, the morning.
The Morning Dew. We'll try those in a bit. Good. And the Mad Week, how exciting. It's going to be just lovely to see some of you. And Diana, that's cool that you're doing it. I know it's going to be hard for you to see some of the evening events, but all of you, if you're not signed up for Mad Week, you can get a pass to just do the electives and the evening things.
Yeah, I think they have a bit of an a la carte option.
So you can see my Irish Music Stories podcast presentation on Monday at, like 11:30 a.m. our time on Monday. But anyway, for all of you, it's free and available and accessible to all of you. On Sunday at 7 p.m., they're going to air the instructor concert. And it's going to be really sweet. We're doing a remote collaboration with our friend Sean McComsky on the box. It'll be pretty. It's going to be hard for our European friends to tune in real time because it's 7 p.m. here, Eastern. But you can check it out after. But that is free for all. So carrying on, Boys of Tandernagee, also an E.
We're going to do the Monaghan.
That's right.
That's
right.
That's
Sorry,
the
Tomas.
most E minor of
yes.
all.
Okay.
E-minors.
So Joe and Steve wanted to hear the Monaghan jig. Good. So let's do that.
Yep.
As part of our 5-part corner, this one is actually only a 4-part tune, but that's close enough. So the Monaghan jig in E. Let's do it, guys. Sorry. Yeah, Garode, maybe too dreamy of a Monaghan jig. Maybe I wasn't paying enough attention there. But this is the cool thing. We talked about these five-part tunes, or these, in this case, 4-part tunes, these multiple-part tunes. How it can be really important to kind of establish, like, if you got a little hang-up, a little brain hang-up on one of them, to establish, where is that hang-up? For Shannon Heaton, it's in the second part. It's that descending thing. And I was so fixated on making for you very clear that last phrase, which can be played of the D part, which can be played different ways. Here's how I do it.
Big arpeggiaty thing.
I love E minor, G major, E minor is how I like to do that. Some people do all straight E minor. It's good to just kind of like be flexible to
Or
go
maybe,
along
maybe
with.
the whole thing's a big G6 chord.
Maybe. All right, folks. Well, thank you for all the requests. These are good ones that are coming in. And for those tunes that I can't get to this week, I'll do my
There's
best to
always
do
next
them
week.
next week. And that will be at the end. At that point, Mad Week will be over. So Mad Week was conveniently threaded between our session here, folks. So we're going to carry on with the Owl Pellet Polka, which you had requested, which is great. And then we're going to do the Tower Polka after that. That's on the guided session list. So here we go. Yeah, and then we'll do the offertory after that. So Owl Pellet. Thank you for asking for it. A tune that I wrote some weeks ago, and the Tower Polka in D. Here we go. Da doo doo da 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 into. Yeah? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, ready.
Change tower in D. D mix.
Thanks for requesting that one. And thanks to all of you for tuning in. It's just quite lovely. A nice diversion, a nice bit of connectivity. So we're going to give our customary offertory hymn. And again, because we don't get to play all the summer festivals we were planning on, we'll maybe do a Matt and Shannon Heaton band
We're gonna
set.
sing a song.
So we'll try the Gallant Hussar for you. I'll write it down. Why
Oh,
not?
yeah, might as well. Might as well.
This is a great song about a woman who wants this soldier to go off with her. He says, no, no, when the trumpet sounds, I must be ready for war. She says, no, no, please come away with me. He says, no, 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 I mustn't. And then she brings on the tears, and he goes along with her. There we go.
And if you feel so moved and would like to put something in the virtual tip jar, it is much appreciated, though by no means required. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks. Yeah. Whew, been a while.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great. Ready? Huh. A damsel possessed of great beauty stood at her own father's gate, while the gallant hussars were on duty to view them. This maiden did wait. Their horses were dancing and prancing, their accoutrements shone like a star. As they stood nearer advancing, Jane spied her gallant hussar. Their pelisses hung on their shoulders, careless they seemed for to ride. So warlike appeared this young soldier, his glittering sword by his side. To the barracks next morning so early, this damsel she went in her car, because she loved him sincerely, Edward her gallant hussar. As she conversed with her soldier, these words she was heard for to say. Said Jane, I've heard no one bolder to follow my laddie away. Oh, come now, says Edward, be steady, and think of the dangers of war. When the trumpet sounds, I must be ready, so wake not your gallant hussar. If 12 months on bread and cold water my parents confine me for you, they're hard-hearted friends to their daughter, whose heart shall stay loyal and true. Unless they confine me forever or banish me from you afar, I will follow my soldier so clever, wed with my gallant hussar. Oh, your parents, they're bound for to mind them, or else they're forever undone. They will leave you no fortune behind them, so pray you my company shun. Said she, if you will be true-hearted, I've gold of my uncle's in store. From this time no more will be parted, won't you wed with me, gallant hussar? As he gazed on her elegant features, the tears that did fall from each eye, I will wed with this beautiful creature, and shun cruel wars, he did cry. So now they're united together, friends think of them now they're afar, crying God bless them now and forever, Jane and her gallant hussar. Hey! All right, folks, we have time for just a few more. Yes, Nigel, what's going on?
These are the
Give us the updates.
These
Tell
are the
everybody.
only 2 words that this person can say.
Oh dear, no and shut up.
Okay,
Well, I mean,
we'll
at least
have
it's
that.
clear communication.
Yeah.
You know, that's something. When the cock crows at his day, that is a gorgeous tune. Maybe can we do that? Yeah, we're gonna do the Seamus Ennis version of When the Cock Crows at His Day, and then we're gonna yeah, okay. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the props. When the cock crows, it is day. Here's some jigs for you. Calliope House, we had a request for. In D, right? Will You Come Home With Me? In G, and Morrison's. I'm just going to blast through,
Friends,
guys.
I think this might be the first 4-tune set we've ever done.
Exactly.
Whoa. Things
Hey,
are
you know,
crazy.
if people are taking the time to join us,
Yeah.
we're going to play your tunes. Ooh. Woof. Are you in tune with yourself?
I mean.
Yeah, we better,
God
just so
knows.
that we can be in tune with the nice people. So, folks, we are nearing the end of the hour. We do this once a week. If this is your first time, hope you'll come back. If you've been joining
pretty
us
good.
many times, we're so grateful to have you here. And to those of you who have donated, who are still being paid to work and can chip in, that's really wonderful. And the rest of you, it's just great to have you. No, just nothing could be nicer than spending this hour with you. So we'll keep this going. If you like to have the immediate link to the session each week, I'm trying to post it again on my site, shannonheatonmusic.com, on the instruction page.
You mean
can
to find the next one?
Yeah, you can find all sorts of resources for this session, for the tunes that we play and everything. Maria, that was on an F whistle. So here we go. A lot of jigs. Let's see if I can remember what I said we would do.
We're in the cockroach.
Oh, doesn't that sound in tune, does it?
Feel a little sharp, maybe.
It's getting warm in here.
It is.
Ready?
Calliope House. Next one in G. Will you come on with me?
so much, everybody. Guramahaguch, merci beaucoup. Trugares, arigato gozaimasu, tusen tak. Dziękuję. Vielen Dank. Grazie. Muchas gracias. Efharisto. Danke. Sheshe. Chwala vam. Shukran. Eskarikasko. Tapalat. Spasiba. Ahehe. Salamat bo. Terima kasih. Dioch. Toda. Kamsahamnida. Kusanem. Muito obrigado. And the newest, I don't know if you're here, Dad, but Gam Un and Kopunak Magnaka, if anybody's listening from Thailand, thank you so much. We'll see you next week. One more time around to finish with Morrison's. Here we go.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.